DC, man, look,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
back
yeah,
here,
United, baby.
2021, yeah, man, welcome back, my guys here. Man, look at the shirts.
We finally can do this, right?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yes.
Look, we outdoors,
Live.
we chilling,
And direct.
hanging out, live and direct. Got Eddie Yo, Manny Press.
Love my brothers, love my brothers.
Oh, yes, sir.
We're here, we're here.
Yes,
It's
sir.
been a minute, been a minute.
Look, man, welcome back. We just so excited to be here, just, man, as one.
Yes, sir.
In this circle, because,
brotherhood.
you know, what we had this past year, it was not even heard of. So, you know, we needed this brotherhood to be back in one, you know, as we came back live.
Yes, sir.
We live and direct.
Live and direct.
And we're still keeping the distance.
Still keeping the social distance.
You gotta
man.
respect
So,
that, right?
We respect it. So look, it's all good. I just say welcome back.
Thank you.
So let's jump into it.
So tonight's topic is trying to stay consistent.
Yeah.
And whatever you feel is important to you in your life, based on whatever it is that you want to do, right?
Yeah.
Why is it so hard to be consistent in some things? Some things you just do and you just don't negotiate. Right? You just not really do it, right? And you don't even think about should I do it or not. You just do it and it's just what it is. But there's certain things that you just put off, right?
At some point, you kind of fall off.
So you gave us a good idea tonight, right? So what we're gonna do tonight, we're gonna have a little fun. Right? So we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna ask questions tonight, and we're gonna give clues of what it is that they think, or what the audience thinks that our, I guess, and it may be harder or maybe difficult, right? Yeah. What our you know, whatever that thing or things are that are difficult to maintain consistency with, right?
Yep.
So I'm just gonna dive into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's consistent to you, man? Consistency.
Inconsistent, rather?
No, consistency.
What's consistent is my hustle, I think. Striving, you know, to make a better living, things like that. I just have that drive. I guess it comes from my father, I don't know. Rest in peace. That's my consistency. No matter what, might not always hit it on the head, but I try to be consistent with hustling and moving forward. Okay. And just for the record, that word hustling gets a bad rap. Hustling means you want to strive and go forward. It's working hard, that's what it is. So, so that's my consistency. Am I not talking about my inconsistency yet?
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess, why are those your consistencies and not your inconsistencies?
I find myself doing it every day. So every day that goes, I feel like if I don't do something productive towards my goal, a lot of it starts with the financial because it allows me to, you know, afford freedom to a lot of things. I find myself doing things like that, setting goals rather to achieve my financial freedom in that way. So if I don't do it, I just feel like I let myself down for that day. You know, understanding that there are days that you're gonna just chill, like today with my brothers. So that's my bro.
So how about those type of things like working out, like eating healthy, like, you know, just doing certain things, you know, staying consistent with certain things, like you know, exactly like that. So you would say you prioritize whatever's important to you. Those are the non-negotiables, and whatever it is that may be extra.
Correct.
You know, extra. How about you, Ray?
So, to me, I think it's a difference about the results that you get, right? If you get always good results, you're going to start sticking to those consistent ways to get those good results.
Right.
But if there's certain things where you're trying to achieve a different goal and you don't see the same result that you see in the others, then you become a little bit more inconsistent because you know that, you know what, you have the other one that where you're more, you know the results already. Yeah, if I do this, this, and this, guaranteed, right? So a little bit to your what you say, maybe setting some of these goals to be more realistic will help you be more consistent. I'm gonna stop there.
Okay, I got it.
Because
that's a good point. It's more achievable, right? So you don't just stop it. How about you, man?
Man, I tell you, man, it just for me is you know, for what works for me is a routine.
Okay.
You know, just being from the, you know, being in this whole COVID thing kind of ruined my routine. So
yeah,
you know, for me to actually just get back into a routine, knowing what I have to do and completing it and finishing it out, and then whatever else, you know, was left over for me, just you know, just kind of wing it. But you know, for me, it's a routine, man. Just because you could just do something just to be doing it. And it's meaningless.
So what you're saying is, if you have a routine,
for me, it's a routine.
It helps.
It's not for everybody.
It helps you stay consistent.
It
but
helps
if you
me
don't
to
have a
stay.
routine,
it makes your mind is wandering, and you
But
just
you have
kind
to put
of
it into your routine. Give it the importance of saying that's going to be
Correct.
part of my
Right.
routine.
Correct.
That's my next question. That's what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
Right? Why is it so hard to say? For example, does everyone feel that part of being better is working out and working on the shell of the person,
Better as what? Better.
or not doing it? I mean, in other words, what I'm saying is, trying to go to the gym or try to do some type of physical fitness, knowing that it's going to make you better and hopefully give you more life at the end, right?
Yeah. Oh, I see.
But those are the type of examples, like working out or eating healthy. Why are the unhealthy foods so good? Right? Even money wise, right? To eat healthy costs more money, right?
Oh yeah.
But I'm talking about the inconsistency. Why is it so
I
hard to
think
stay
a lot of
consistent
it
with
has to do
certain
with
things?
persuasion, right? Persuasion on how you can persuade your mind to think that you can get to that point very easy. Right? So when you go to these commercials where you go to the gym, right? And then obviously they don't show the struggle from going to this stage to that stage. They show you the before and right after, but the right after maybe a lot more work. They don't show you that the journey. And when you start getting to that journey, then you struggle, right? But that's marketing. So my point is going back to persuasion. They're going to be like, you could be from here to there very easy, and they jumble your mind, right? Same thing with like when you said fast food, right? It's easier to look at something that's already made, everything else. Again, your mind is talking to you like, yeah, this is good. But it doesn't show the heart of it.
Ray, you're onto something, Chuck. Sorry, you're onto something big, right? And a lot of times we don't realize it, right? Persuasion is a good word, but I think that advertising and major corporations, they know this about us.
Right.
So we are in a society, for the most part, where we get pumped instant gratification into our lives. From, I'm from the Boogie Down, right? So from the kid from the Bronx, you see a rapper on TV, and I don't want to go sideways, but that's the image that you get.
You don't see
what it
the whole
took.
journey,
Yeah, exactly.
the
and
struggles,
and people jump on that.
failures along the way.
Listen, you got to put it.
But I have this word that is gonna actually make you happy because you have this in one of your titles. You got to stay motivated.
100%.
Right? Because if you don't stay motivated, then your consistency will become an inconsistency, right? And you'll just never want to do it or just never want to incorporate it.
Yeah.
So if you don't stay motivated to everything or anything that you want to do, then you might as well just not even do it.
Motivates you?
Right. So that's what. But
The
also,
results.
Though
But
you-
then
I,
why
think, I
do
think your why
then why
is the
do
biggest
people
thing.
stop going
but
after a while?
that's where
Your
that
why.
routine comes in. Because then but also if it's in your routine, you're also motivated to keep whatever you got in your routine going.
But to the heart of his question is,
right.
why don't they come back?
Right. Why at some point?
You know why? I'll tell you why.
That's the reason we do
Because
it.
you don't
we
be
begin it.
motivated
We might
to do
even
it.
do it for a chunk of time.
Yeah, man.
But you want
But
to
at
see,
some
you want to
point.
see changes. You want to see the fruits of the effort that you've done.
Some people don't stay
sometimes-
patient enough
some
with
people don't
it.
stay
But
with it.
That's
we're
another word to patience.
we're saying the answer and answering the question.
Right.
The biggest thing is your why. If you're homeless and you need to put food on your table, a shelter over your head, your why is going to be big enough for you to hustle a chicken or whatever. Your why is your biggest thing in your life, right? So if your why is not strong enough, you're not going to do it. I always preach on being uncomfortable. If you're comfortable right now, you don't really need to go to that next level.
That's right.
I mean, it's a personal choice, but your why is your biggest motivator, right?
So,
do you agree or not?
Yeah,
all right,
but we're not always consistent with everything we
Okay.
do or we think we
Back to
should do.
consistency, yeah.
So I keep on bringing it back. I mean, it's true.
Yeah, yeah.
These are the reasons why we should be consistent and do certain things because we should have these characters. But there's still certain things that we don't do that we
But
should
hold
probably
on,
do.
before we go so
and we
far.
haven't stayed consistent.
Before we go so far, let's hear yours. Let's hear you.
Yeah, what are
you
your
have to say.
Oh
consistency?
yeah.
What's
So
yours?
so
Yeah.
so for example, eating consistency, try to eat healthier. Working out would definitely
That
be.
you do it?
No, that's something that I would need to.
Inconsistent, that you
I'm
do.
inconsistent, so it's hard. So there's certain things that influence
bad
me being
habits?
inconsistent. But at the end of the day, I really feel that they're just excuses
Right, that's what it is.
because you're not putting them in your priority list, and that's what I guess that's my question. right?
Correct.
What is it that makes it to your non-negotiable list that you would say if I don't do it, it's not that serious?
Right.
And that's what you're inconsistent with, probably. Right?
I would tweak it a little bit,
Go
right?
for it.
Because I'm dealing with it right now,
Mm.
right? Is my consistency in going to the gym, right? Now, I have a goal, I would like to go every day. Some weeks I do, weeks I don't, right? But if you look at it, I'm not consistent
Right.
in a particular goal. But I am still going to the gym.
Oh, but you still.
So,
No,
so my point is, so let me bring it back. My
Right.
point is, you have to make sure that you reset the goal
Right.
so that you don't get discouraged or demotivated, right?
Yeah.
If my goal is set to go, I want to go to the gym every day of the week.
Right.
Okay, that's my goal.
Right.
But if I can only go four days out of the week, did my body really
Right.
feel it, or is it because my mind said
Right.
it's 7 days, now you have 4, you're failing?
Right.
No, but I still went 4 days.
Right. But you still, in that situation, you still set
So
your
my
goal.
point, okay, but it's setting a goal, but then making it real.
Yeah.
Like just recalibrate. Like
Let me step
So
in,
that's what I
right?
think. Putting it back, just put it into your routine on everything that you
Guys,
do.
no,
Guys,
but if you
Right.
if you don't know how to
That's
swim,
it. So
You gotta-
listen,
you
listen.
just-
priority.
You have no experience in diving, right? But then, I'm going to learn how to dive, right? Are you going to go to the highest dive you can do is 22 feet? Are you going to go straight there, or are you going to be, okay, let me do a
Right,
1,
so-
let me do a 3, let me do a 6. So it's progression towards resetting the goal.
Right.
Because if your first goal is you want to do from 18, you failed.
But you
But if
went from diving to
No, but my point, no.
That was an analogy.
My point is like, you got to make sure that, yes, you make sure that your goal is set appropriately so that you don't think you're failing even though you're still doing the activity.
Oh, realistically, you mean?
Think-
But here's the thing. I keep going alluding to my point. If your why is strong enough, your behind is going to go to the gym 7 days a week. So if you go to the doctor, he tells you, Ray, unless you go to the gym 7 days a week, you're going to die in 10 years. You best believe you're going to be in the gym because you want to see your kids grow. Yes or no?
Yes, because the result, what's the outcome? The result. If you don't go,
That's it. Forget about the routine. Forget about is your why. Your why is not strong enough. That's what it is. Make your why strong enough, and you have no excuses. Because when you're like,
those
nah,
things that's
I'm
extreme
hanging
down.
out right now.
Now let me ask.
It's up to you.
Let-
It's your why.
that's my point. If it's too extreme, then you become a failure.
There's not an extreme. It is your why.
But you got to be honest with yourself.
Right. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
Right?
It's personal.
Right?
Yeah.
So you make so hypothetically, let's say
Yeah.
I'm 450,
Okay.
right? I'm 450 pounds,
Right.
right? And my goal, my ultimate goal is I want to go all the way down to 185,
Okay.
right?
so this-
Right? Now you're going to tell, if I tell you I'm going to do this in 2 weeks,
No.
Right.
what
that's
you
right.
going to do? You're going to be
That's
like,
not very real. It's not realistic. Right.
But why? So in terms of your why, I always say when you strip the why and you get to the core of the reason you're doing it, it's gonna motivate you one way or another, right?
Yep.
If it's not strong enough, it isn't a judgment thing. It's the reality of it, right?
Yep.
Because we can all be multi-millionaires if we had no other choice, right? If somebody puts a gun to your head or to your family's head and say, unless you produce $1 million in 3 years, you're gonna find a way to find that money, right? That's as real as it gets. And then before I pass the mic on, I just think that the biggest thing for that rules over everything, the reason you are where you are right now, is your discipline. Financially, relationship-wise, discipline is the biggest word when it comes to where you are in your life, I think, because that's gonna make you work out. Go after the finances, work on your relationship. It's the discipline that you have and staying consistent with that discipline.
so let me ask you a question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. So give me one example of a discipline that you took
Ooh,
to maintain, just a very light. Right?
yeah. A discipline for me is to really focus on my real estate career.
Okay.
Considering, because I do so many things, allocating time, really, and kind of, structuring some set time that is
Because
going
it really comes down to what action are you going to do
Correct.
to do it.
Yeah, because-
so the action that you're taking is taking time.
correct, 100%, and saying this time is blocked for this,
So a discipline in that example would be an actual execution that you would have to do.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And this, thank God it's working, and things are obviously my brothers are helping, and but ultimately it's you putting in the time that kind of comes to fruition when it comes to those things.
So I have a question for Chet. So Chet, is there anything that you feel that you would like to be more consistent in?
oh man. Yeah, man, it's just making sure I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we make sure that everybody's okay, but
Mentally or health?
both.
All around.
Oh yeah,
Logically,
yeah. It's like
yeah.
physically, mentally. I mean, physically, I feel great.
Okay.
Mentally, you know, it's always a struggle for everybody. So we need to,
Sure.
you know, mental check ourselves.
yeah.
You know, because once you make sure everybody else okay, what do you do for yourself?
Yeah.
You know, you tend to neglect yourself. So you got that got to be the number one priority.
Yeah.
You know.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Ray, same question. Is there anything that you would want to be more consistent?
It's again just being able to just be very healthy and comfortable in what I put into my body, because I feel the others, like I want to get financial security. Those are hard asks that if you don't follow, there's an immediate impact, right? Immediate impact, emotionally, financially, whatever it is, right? And this one, because it's
Yeah.
I won't. It's okay if I miss one
Right,
day,
right.
So you don't see the actual physical impact, and that those are the ones. So eating, right, going to the gym.
Right.
But when I had to pay the IRS in a particular set amount, I knew exactly, and I stuck to that because I knew what would happen.
Yes.
You're forced to
Exactly.
leave it
Your
to
wife is
us.
strong. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I listened to Darren Hardy. He has a book called The Compound Effect, and he puts that in perspective very strong. You know, and it starts slow, right? And it starts, I'll just have one beer. I'll just have 2 beers. And little by little, you find yourself overweight, eating the wrong food, because every day is just one, it accumulates. It's compounding everything that you do, right? So, I mean, check out the book. It's really good, but it touches that point strong. So, yeah, man, it's over time what you do, right? Work-life balance, things like that. So,
Wait a minute, don't run away from the question. How about you, man? Is there anything that you would like to be more consistent with?
yeah, same thing. Eating healthier and working out. Yeah, no, I'm not running away. I know, I'm well aware that I have to do that, and I have to work on my discipline when it comes to that. I am trying to do some fasting, intermittent fasting. That's helped me lose some weight, but not where I want to be. Maybe tone up a little bit, So.
You have to add to that.
No, of course, of course.
As you were talking, the subject just took back in my mind, right? So there's also something that's called reward, right? So when we do stuff like I want to save, I want to save money, I want to get a better job, the reward is actually something that you can really, really I did it. But when it's like a personal reward when it comes to health, that's the neglect of that, right? I think that's what you're saying. So
ROI,
again, right? If I know that if I do this particular act, I'm going to really save $5 grand, how the hell I'm going to do it?
Right, of course.
But 5 pounds to lose 5 pounds?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. It's like eating a Big Mac. In the moment, it's just a Big Mac. But if I show you your heart, if you eat a Big Mac every week for the next 10 years, if I show you your heart, what it looks like in your insides, you're going to be like, oh, what the?
Yeah.
But one here and there doesn't hurt, right? So.
Yeah. How about you?
So, same thing. I was just thinking. So sometimes the mind compensates, right? So you say, well, exactly what you're saying. Well, I'll eat one. So you're saying one by itself, standing alone, is isolated and it's not that threatening.
Right.
But when you look at it in numbers, it becomes a
Compound.
whole different ballgame. Right? So I think the mind plays games like that too. Right? So if you start doing something that you know you probably need to do, for example, I said it like 10 times already in the show, but working out. You got to believe in that you want to work out. And if you don't believe in it, if you're just doing it because you think you should, because you want to be healthier, because that's what the doctor said, because then you're not really believing in it because it's not your truth.
Right.
And what you really wanted to do for it.
Right. And to the contrary, if you know you're not a person that's going to work out, then say that too.
Right. Yeah, be honest
Let's
with
say
it.
that I'm not going to do it, but stop acting like you're going to be doing you're going to do it for 10 years
Deceiving
and
you,
enjoying
yeah.
all types of
Those are the goals crushers.
Right.
Yeah. But what if a doctor was to tell you, or you can look into your future, and you can see that you had 10 more years with your family, opposed to you getting a heart attack because you didn't do that extra, right?
Right.
If you can see that, that will really put a why in your life, right?
That drives a lot of why.
So
Definitely does.
Yeah.
and it's been proven, heart disease is the #1 killer in the country.
Yep.
You know. So,
Oh man,
yeah, this is good. This is good stuff, man.
that's good, man.
It makes us think. We're talking and thinking at the same time. Like, damn,
You know, as we
I'm ready to work out right now.
yeah, right. Yeah.
It's all about that why, and then again,
That why.
so that the results are what you expected.
And
As
everything.
long as they are, then keep going.
Yeah.
If your expectations that the result and the goals are, way off, then just recalibrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And something very simple that you gotta. Anytime you make a
And I'm
decision,
talking to myself.
all of us,
definitely.
all
I've been
of
talking
us,
to myself since the beginning of the show.
fellas. Something very simple that I always kind
I'm just
of
saying.
size up is when I'm making a decision. What's the ROI, return on investment, right? If I'm gonna hang out, what is that gonna bring me at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Do I really need to hang out that night, right?
Mm.
What's my return on investment? Or if I go jogging, I'm gonna feel better. My heart rate's gonna go up. So anytime you have a question, pros and cons, return on investment. That's always gonna answer your question.
That's
You can lie to yourself in the moment. Yeah, but I deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what is your return on investment, right? Like your brother says, he's like, when I eat healthy, it pays dividends because I'm eating healthy, right? And it's expanding my lifespan, right?
And based on situation, right?
And based on situation, and it's been proven. It's not a secret. Like you don't have to, look it up.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, this has been a great topic.
Yep.
Listen,
Awesome
Yeah.
show.
As
Waiting
usual.
to get back again.
yeah,
Been a minute, but we're back.
the brothers,
Yo.
Sir.
United
Sir.
Podcast.
Yeah,
Podcast.
Love you guys.
We definitely want to hear from the audience. So I know we said a couple of things tonight that they probably want to comment on.
Yeah.
But just know that, and I'm always gonna tune the mic on to Ray when I say, yo, Ray, let them know where they can find
Sure,
us because
sure.
it
So-
definitely helps. And the reason,
Yep.
let me give a reason though.
Yeah.
The reason is because if you like our conversations, these are real live, everyday, rather just, like we said, we started from the beginning, chopping it up.
Yeah.
And sometimes people want to hear those type of things.
Yeah.
Right? And if we can make anybody feel good or start something that's going to help them be a little more positive, or,
Yeah, man.
and that's what we do. So when you share and you like and, that's how you spread, you spread what we're doing here tonight. So if you like, something to support the situation, not that it's all good
Yeah,
too.
man.
We
Knowledge
hope you
without
like
borders. That's where that
anything.
come
Right.
from.
But,
Knowledge without borders. That's where that come from.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
man.
But Ray, my bad with the delay.
No, we're on Facebook.
And I'm thinking about it now. I'm almost putting you on the spot to remember these.
That's what he loves. Yeah, spot. He loves this, man.
So go ahead, just let
Do it.
let the audience know where they can find
on
us.
the social media that we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, right? And obviously the official
What the hell is a
YouTube.
TikTok?
Well, that's a very interesting thing that's been taking over the world for the last couple of years. But we're there. We're present on those platforms. But, again, subscribing, comments, because this is what we do, right? We want to be very helpful, insightful, and just take something that we say today and just go back and think about it.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Thank you guys for knowledge without borders.
BBC.
Appreciate you
Leave
guys.
your comments below.
You did it again. Episode 27 is a wrap.
Yeah.